Are you dying? Oh, we're live?
Yeah.
I mean, there. I don't think you
Don't
want to
show me it.
I don't think you want to
don't
see it.
I
don't
don't
put
wanna
that on the
see
internet.
it.
You don't know.
Unless it gets us views. No, show
No.
your feet and we can put that in the thumbnail.
I don't think you can. Isn't that
It's
not
just-
allowed?
Okay.
You
I know
Alright,
it's not
so-
allowed on
creative.
Twitch, but I don't know
I
if
just-
it's not
All right, I
allowed
just
on-
want to preface to say here, guys, that I was trying to find like workout videos and stuff to try to change up my routine, and I saw yoga stuff, and I'm like, well, that's pretty good for like core workouts and stuff.
Yeah.
Boy, is there a lot of suggestive shit, and it's like, this is not meant to be taken sexually. Bikini hot yoga, they're sweating, and you can rotate the camera and shit. And I'm like, this has 8 million views. What's one more? And now, all these fucking big booty bitches are in my YouTube feed, and I keep clicking on the videos, and they just keep appearing.
You want to know why they just keep appearing? It's because you're
You would
clicking.
think that after watching 50 videos in a row that I wouldn't want to, I don't want to see this. I just am trying to get them out of the way. You know, like, fine, I guess I'll check it out and see what's here, but I'll just, but it just,
Justin is the reason why we can make money. Just existing.
Yeah.
He's the reason.
Yeah.
lingerie haul, obviously, I gotta see if it looks good, right? They
Yeah.
need my opinion. It was good. I am what's
Oh,
wrong
man.
with the internet. I am the simp.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
Uh,
okay, guys, let me just put this out here.
all right.
If a girl
Oh God.
if a girl comes up to you and it's like, how do my boobs look? You're gonna look, right? That's pretty much, it's like, how do I look? You look great. That's all. They just want validation, and I'm here to give it to them. You know?
It can be a loaded question though, because some girls are psycho and will do that because they want you to look and then yell at you.
The correct answer is always, you look great.
You
And
look great.
enthusiastically say, you look great. Or you look
Yes.
amazing. You look beautiful. I
And then
love
they
the
can tell
way
me
your
that
hair
I have-
looks.
my rock hard, and they can say that I have rock hard abs and dynamite areolas, and I'd be okay with that. So,
Yes.
Well, on that note,
does any
on that note,
ladies,
let's talk about the movie.
ladies,
I
how do
love.
you feel about it? How do you feel about male areolas?
I hate them.
Put it in the
I
comments.
I hate it.
I hate
I
it.
hate them.
I hate them.
Do not.
Why do you hate my nipples?
I
Very
What have they done to
specifically
you?
Justin's, though.
Why? I know they're hairy, but I try to trim them. I try to just shave that shit bald.
I love that the opening of this episode is this.
I just want to talk about this movie because I have words about this movie.
What was this movie called again?
No one gets out
Gets Out
alive.
Alive.
No one gets out alive. Okay, let me pull up. You probably should have pulled up the movie.
Probably going on your tirade about how your algorithms.
Okay, so on the Gamer Weekly YouTube channel, that's the one I actually watch stuff on, and the other channel, the channel I've been posting content on, all the recommendations for that are like big booties and shit, and I'm like, get these out of here. Click on the video. Damn it, another one.
Sounds like you're in misery, Justin.
Oh, I'm in constant misery.
I know I fucking am.
Is that a city in Missouri? Constant? It better be, because
Constant?
then I wanna
know.
I wanna have a video of, guys, I'm in constant Missouri, and then just point to a sign. Anyway, sorry that we're a little late. That's my fault. But yeah, we watched a movie called No One Gets Out Alive. This is directed by Santiago Menghini. What country was this?
I believe it was supposed to be Mexico.
Okay. Because they said Spanish, and I don't know why. I thought Romania was something we picked. I don't know why.
I think that was one of our options, and we ended up with this one.
Yeah.
Maybe. Let me see.
You
Yeah,
also
no, we didn't.
You also might have seen. We do have Romanian women in this movie, so when we were looking it up, it might have had somewhere like
There are
Romanian women.
Oh, well, dude, I don't know what the fuck is happening then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the tagline is a motorcycle going by. No. Don't try to leave. It'll only make things worse. An immigrant in search of the American dream is forced to take a room in a boarding house and soon finds herself in a nightmare from which she can't escape. That nightmare being Columbus, Ohio. Literally, that's what it
It
Not
is!
even a joke.
Oh my god, it is!
Yeah.
Oh.
So
The
we
state
have
that
our-
everyone says is the worst state, but I don't know. I think Florida has
Florida is entertaining. That's what Florida
No, we're not gonna talk about Florida on here because that's a whole
So-
different other kind of shit show. Let's make fun of Columbus, Ohio for a little while right now.
is. I don't even think Columbus, Ohio is even worth breathing to make fun of.
No, it's where my ex is from, so not really.
So this movie, is interesting. So, the
Yeah, I guess
monster
it's a
that
way of
we,
it.
that we get like a collective 5 minutes of, which really pisses me off because it looks so fucking cool, and I wish we got more of it.
Here's the thing. The monster looks cool and shitty at the same time because the design of it's great,
Yeah.
but the effects look fucking terrible. It
So-
looks like it walked out of a PS2 cutscene.
Okay, so let's start out with
Or
the
I'll go with
monster.
PS3 because it's very glossy looking.
So the monster
I like that it was
is
sweaty
supposed
looking.
to be a is supposed to be a god.
A sweaty god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
That
I
sounds like
believe.
a rapper.
I'm
sweaty
just gonna
god.
point this out.
does.
I do not speak Spanish.
What, you don't?
Nah, no, I don't. So, from my understanding, and I also like YouTubed how to say it, is the creature's or like the god's name is It's Papalato.
Better than I could have pronounced it, and which is funny because I always make fun of you for how you pronounce things.
How many times did you
and-
listen to it on Google to hear it?
20
Only-
times.
Only twice.
Wow.
I heard it on one video, and then I opened up a different YouTube video to see if the pronunciation is the same. So the thing with this god, it is the god of paradise, which is made possible through sacrifice. It's depicted a lot with like the multiple arms, like it was seen, the multiple faces. It's depicted with moth wings.
The little xenomorph mouth in it too.
Yeah.
It's
It has a
vagina
lot of
xenomorph
different-
mouth.
Yeah, I was having a hard time.
It's like,
not
wow, this
making
is
that
very
joke.
vaginal right now.
I watched this movie
Put that
with
on
my
the
dad,
box.
so I was trying not to make that joke because I'd be like, that'd be fucking awkward. But
I just talked about my nipples.
it is it is depicted in like multiple different ways, but you still get that like general like what this guy looks like. But the moths, that's why moths are all in it, is like it does have a connection to him. Or her. I didn't look up if it was a male or female.
I mean, it's a deity. I
think-
don't think it has gender.
Yeah.
None of us do.
But
No.
of course, the other thing is, if you don't know any of this, you're just gonna be like, this is shitty typical horror movie that just wants to put moths in everything because for some reason moths are always connected to evil. I don't get it.
The thing I didn't like about this movie is that it was gonna try to explain some shit. Like she walks in a room and there just so happens to be something playing that's explaining shit. And she
I
puts on
like-
headphones and it's like, why is this even playing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's playing because the ghost played it for her.
it's
The ghost played
like-
it for her.
It's like
The ghost
Okay.
opened the door for her.
I like that we didn't listen to all of it, and we only heard like a couple seconds of it, really, like 20 seconds of it. But so this house, I don't know if the sacrifices, like, I don't know the actual like with this god, if only women are meant to be sacrificed to this god, or the house, they only picked women because it was easier to outmuscle them.
That's what
Because-
I think.
Because, so our main character, I know it starts with an A.
Amber?
Amber?
No, it's Amba. Like,
Emba. Yeah, but I think they say Amber more. Well,
it's
we're
no,
trying.
because it's AMBAR, so it's Amba.
Amba,
Amba.
picked
Hamburger.
this place because this place, was advertised as very cheap,
Mm-hmm. And women only.
women only, and then they have a bunch of rules for the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. If I was a lady and I walked into that place and saw that
Mm-mm.
dudes were
As soon-
running it, I would have been like,
I would
"Yeah,
have
fuck
gotten out of there
this.
so
No,
fast.
thank you."
As soon as that first thing like occurred, I'd be like, nope, I'm out. Because I
Mhm.
can tolerate it because there was other women, so I'd be like, okay, this isn't a permanent situation, okay. But then as soon as something weird's happened,
Mhm.
I'd be like, fuck this, I'm out. I'd
Mhm.
rather sleep on the street. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
Which she tries to do at some point. Like,
'Cause she
Yeah,
does.
sorta,
Some
yeah.
of her choices really pissed me off.
you mean
Like-
all of them?
Yeah, like all this shit. I'm like, why the fuck are you doing this? Like, why are you even like snooping around this house? Like, I wouldn't want to know anything. Like,
I mean,
the owner of
she's-
the house is literally, don't go in those rooms. Those are private rooms. You
They
got
also
it.
are so fucking clearly sketchy where it's like, yeah, clearly some, and you're like, oh, I'm hearing screaming and shit every night. Like, fuck
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
No,
no, I'd be getting out of there
weird.
so fast from that.
No, like,
If
there's
I,
no reason for her to be there.
If any, like, if it was just women crying, that's one thing because we all cry. But the screaming,
I know.
the screaming, I'd be like, fucking no. Especially that scream when she's taking a shower and she hears a woman screaming help. Like,
Mhm.
fuck that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Also, just how dingy it was too. Like, look, man, I don't live in the best place either. I don't live in the best neighborhood either.
Mm.
But let me tell you, no.
Mm-mm.
And then she
No.
has, then she's trying to get her fake papers,
Because she's an
to-
illegal immigrant.
because she,
So-
yeah, she's illegal, so she's trying
At
to get
this
her fake
point,
papers.
I think I would have just been deported. Like, fuck
Yeah.
Ohio. Let's see. What do I want? Do I want to be in Mexico or deported to Mexico, or in Ohio? I think I'll take my chances with Mexico.
You may not.
she,
You
like-
also may not get deported. You might just be
Yeah.
put into prison. Where
Which
they
would seems like a lot better of a situation.
not no. Mm-mm.
not necessarily,
Mm-mm.
no.
no.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Spooky ghost house with dudes that are gonna murder you. Prison.
Oh, okay. So this
No.
god is also
Which one would
called-
you guys do? Would you take your chances with getting murdered or be in a prison?
Like knowing what I know happens to illegal immigrant women. No.
True.
No.
Okay.
Like
Either one-
knowing
either
that
one
would be
sucks,
like
but-
her
Okay,
like
so
which is
this-
worse, getting, you know.
I can't believe she just gave that person $1,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I was gonna go to. Then we all started like cutting each other off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. You're new
Would
to
never.
this place.
Mhm.
This girl is new to you, and you give her $3,000
She
or
didn't give her
$2,000 or
$3,000.
whatever?
She gave her however
Like-
much she had. I don't think it was said though.
because she had to be from Texas. That just annoyed me. I
Mhm.
was like, just say you're from fucking Ohio. Like, fuck it.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's like, all right, now you're kind of putting yourself in this shit situation.
Mhm.
okay, so the god is a goddess and is a queen.
Mm.
So I
That makes
just
Just
looked it up.
like you.
She is as in the Aztec religion. Oh God, Aztec religion. It's about Parala, also Obsidian Butterfly, was a striking skeletal warrior and death goddess and queen of the Tizitsumimi. Definitely did not say that right.
Tits meme.
I feel like I've heard that word before, though.
Also referred to as star demons, who ruled over the paradise world of Tamachan, the paradise of victims of infant mortality, and the place identified as where humans were created. She is the mother of Mixcolt, and is particularly associated with the moth. That's just a moth species that I will never say the scientific name. From the family, that's just another scientific name. Some of her associations are birds and fire. However, she primarily appears in the form of an obsidian butterfly.
That's cool.
That explains the butterflies.
Yeah.
It's really cool, like, hearing her story, and then, like, going back and finding all the little, like, bits and pieces of her story that they put in this movie. Like, the infant mortality, and, like, it was a baby skeleton that was in her box.
So, this is the ritual that is attached to her. Itzapala is the patron of the day and associated with the stars Castrutil and Trisena, one house in the Aztec calendar. The Trisena number one house is one of 5 Western Trisena dates dedicated to the Catholical.
Don't bother.
Yeah,
Danny. Well, how about this?
Lord.
How about
women,
guys out there? You check it out and see what the folklore is, because it's really hard to pronounce.
Or women who had died in childbirth. Not only was she considered one of the gods herself, but she was also one of the Titsitsamimi star demons that threatened to devour people during solar eclipses. One of the prominent aspects of the ritual surrounding her relates to the creation story of the Chichimek. The ritual is illustrated in the 16th century document known as the Map of. That's just a very big place. Okay. An illustration from the document shows warriors emerging out of 7-chambered cave behind her. The deity is shown brandishing a severed leg, thought to be a symbol of battle. Beginning in the 1990s, archaeologists exploring the region, the southwest of Mexico City, have discovered caves carved to simulate the 7-chambered cave known as the Chicomotac.
Her cave, basically.
Name. Yeah, which I think there was 7 holes in that basement, like, other than the box that she was in herself, like, in the walls.
Ooh.
If you saw.
There could have been.
Because I noticed there was at least 4 on the one wall of, like, just whole chambers. And in the center of the room, it is the box that she is in, which they also called the Pandora box.
I think for this movie, I can agree with a little bit of what people were saying. Was this movie didn't really feel like it was completely there. It had an interesting idea to it, but if it's doing like a folklore thing, I think it needs to explore it more. If you're doing your own thing, then it needs to explore less. And the mythos thing, like, if it's your own thing, it needs to have more mystery. If it's a folklore thing, you need to establish what the fuck it is then. Because I'm sitting here like, I don't get what the hell is happening. Like, I would have preferred it to be. It's like they had an interesting idea of either having women captive in this house ran by dudes, or it's the folklore thing. But he was like, well, how about I try to smush both of them into it? Because what I'm guessing is that Netflix, because that Netflix was the one that like published, pushed it out. I'm guessing they said it can't be the box one because the Americans won't get it, or it's like it can't just be this one because it'll almost look like a weird like fetish movie or something,
Yeah.
like a brutalizing women fetish movie. I mean, it could be like an "I spit on your grave" thing or something too, but
I don't know.
they were
So,
like, but they were like, if you can't do that, like you're gonna have to make it a horror movie somehow and
I mean, they were like
make it happen.
actually.
I think it was honestly, it was shot competently. I thought.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
thought the
there was a
shots
lot
were
of.
nice.
I thought there was a lot of really cool, like, I don't know if I'm using the right word for this, but like color theory is in there, I guess. But
Oh yeah, it was shot with my favorite Snapchat filter.
red.
No, it's
It-
it's the like dreary like. It
There
almost
was,
makes it look like it's always raining out.
So
hazy. It was a very
it's
hazy.
like weird,
yeah.
hazy. All of the
I,
colors are very, very cool.
You could tell that most of
Um,
the buildings were CGI too. I was like,
Yeah, that
I was
was
like
kind of
that.
weird.
That
I love
all
the
is
house
CGI.
though.
Of course, because it's a
I
spooky
love that
dump, and you
house.
Oh.
love that.
Oh, that stained
Um,
glass window in the ceiling,
the,
beautiful.
I thought it did have like it had stereotypical ghost creepy scenes that you'd see in pretty much every single movie.
That was all it had.
There was ghost scenes I did like when she was laying in bed thinking about when her mother was
Mhm.
holding her head while she was like dying, and when she was laying in bed and the hand was holding her head and stuff. That
Yeah.
was a nice scene. I liked that scene.
Yeah, it was a good transition scene too.
I
and,
just,
So
I
and
just
then-
never felt like there was a reason for her to be in the house. There was nothing like trapping her in there. Like,
No.
yeah, there's the
Well,
dudes, but like
She's
she
young
leaves.
and dumb, and her mom just died, and she's trying to
Yeah,
figure out
she's
what
desperate.
the fuck she's
And,
doing with her
uh,
life.
Hey,
her-
as someone that was once young,
Like-
dumb, and their mom died, let me tell you, I get it.
um,
But
actually, yeah, you speak from like true
uh,
sincerity there. The other thing is like she ends up meeting up with her second cousin, which I don't know really the importance of like like if he was an uncle, then sure.
Well,
I'd
no,
understand a little
his
bit
kid
more.
is the second cousin. He's the uncle.
yeah,
Oh, he's the uncle.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Beto is the
I was
uncle.
gonna say, he gets fucked up.
Oh
He
yeah,
dies.
he does.
Yeah,
He
I mean, like
dies.
Ugh.
brutally. You
I
just
thought-
see blood splatter under the door, and then like a tooth.
I thought
he
the
gets-
tooth was a little over the top. It was like, all right, we're getting into some fucking stupid territory here.
The head guy was absolutely bonkers. The
Yeah,
Red seemed like he actually had a mild conscience, like he fought with
Mhm.
himself on everything, but he like was conflicted because his brother raised him. So
I would have liked it more if maybe the folklore thing was like, I liked how the monster looked. It looked like shit because they used fucking Unreal 2 or something. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on with the CG with that, but
Mhm.
I
but
think
it was
I would have
also
preferred
beautiful
it.
at the same time.
Like
like,
it
So
it is a genuinely cool design, and I'm glad it
Mhm.
wasn't just like dirty monster thing. It was like, oh, this looks like a fucking,
Yeah, this is terrifying.
this looks like a real ghouly goblin I don't want to deal
Mhm.
with. And it had a weird vagina
mouth.
sheet
thing.
mouth thing. Yeah,
Teeth,
it was
yeah.
gross.
Mhm.
But I would have almost preferred it if it was like the guy was like the demon thing, and like he's sacrificing this woman so that he can't, like, because he is doing that. But I think that sacrificing it to this god thing, like, I think it would have been better if he was the god thing, and because he gains a benefit from
Mhm.
He
the
becomes
sacrifices.
he becomes obsessed with the box like his father did, which is what Red explained.
It's almost
Um,
it seems like it almost tries to go for like a Hellraiser thing too with the box, but it's not like you're seeing horrors beyond your comprehension, which I think would have been a lot cooler if that would have happened too, because they're showing like, oh, this box I guess is like the thing that like your boxed up emotions and how you feel about everything, because she stayed with her mom, but she
Mhm.
clearly regrets doing that because it looked like it completely ruined her fucking life in the process.
Justin's getting to the video essay part. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so like that's, and I'm
Yeah.
just now realizing it too.
Really? Oh my
I'm
god!
just like,
I was like, "Oh, this is totally like metaphorical for like letting
Yeah.
go of your shit and your guilt and
Yeah.
all of your like
Yeah, which-
heaviness."
which like it's that's been like my biggest gripe with the movie though, is that it just doesn't feel like it wanted to really commit to what it was trying to do. It needed it's crazy because most of the movies we watch, I'm like, if you could have just not made this, that would have been great. Like the last movie we watched, it doesn't want to focus on you.
Yeah,
again.
no, it doesn't. Yeah, I gave up. It's fine. I'll be Larry. It's okay.
It just wants to focus on your mic, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think you need to get like another light source or something. I think that's.
I have multiple. I'm just really lazy to fix it right now. Oh,
I'm surprised that
there it goes.
this light that I have here is actually even doing anything. But yeah, I just
wanna
wish
know-
that this would have done something.
I think it just
yeah,
didn't do
it's
anything
very-
for you.
Well,
It's very
that's the
slow.
thing though. I didn't hate the movie though. That's the other
Yeah.
thing. If anything, I'm more just like, I want to see this done better.
Yeah.
I think this movie lends itself very well to like video essays and like deep diving into the symbolism and stuff in it, because it's like very pro like femme rage, like revenge type shit, which I'm always down for.
Oh, I was
Um,
so when she like got that weapon and went off on
Yeah.
him, that was so pleasing.
It just felt really
Also-
convenient to have these weapons that she could just.
Well,
grab.
they did say earlier that the father did like to collect strange things.
Right,
I
right. But I'm
actually-
saying, like, how come was it not locked?
The
No,
ghosts
it's just
unlocked
display.
it. They made
Why
it
don't the ghosts do something to the dudes?
Because they can't.
Why? Why?
I don't know. That's
That's
not
the
part of the
stupid
lore.
part. Is there a like?
Well, so okay, at the end, you know how like she, not to give away the ending, but she
we
sacrifices
already
them.
did. What?
We didn't though.
we
Um,
did.
We didn't. Not totally. Anyway, she.
Oh, she walks out the fucking door at the end. Sorry,
Well,
guys.
she doesn't. She
No,
doesn't
I'm talking-
walk out. She becomes like the new holder of the box.
Yeah, she becomes like the new host basically because she sacrificed the dudes, and she sees
Deserved.
Red standing in there as a ghost. So I'm wondering, could the guys see all of the women ghosts that they had murdered?
Probably.
Yeah,
Like-
probably. They probably just got used to it, like desensitized.
Yeah.
It's just Cheryl the
But-
ghost again, turning on the fucking faucet.
Like,
Whatever.
I don't know. I think that's kind of like cool and also sort of torturous and that kind of thing. I don't know. I
Right.
think there would be really, really cool like video essays from people about this movie and that kind of
I
thing.
also-
We're just not the place to do it because we're not intellectuals.
I mean, we're
I-
essentially doing a video essay. We just don't have any fancy edits or anything. We're just
No.
freeballing
Um,
everything.
No, yeah.
I also like the ghost scene where the ghosts are fighting and this room's getting like all fucked up. I really
yeah,
like that.
sort of like residual haunting effect. Yeah, I liked that a lot. I liked that there wasn't fucking jump scares in this movie.
Here's
It
the
wasn't
thing.
like a thriller.
There were, but
there wasn't.
there weren't any loud bangs to go
Oh,
with the jump scare.
there weren't like stingers and stuff sounds.
Yeah,
with
yeah, it wasn't the loud violin sound,
Mhm.
and then she scurries really fast up to them or something
Mhm.
like. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
I do like that they were like haunting in the background a little
Mhm.
bit more.
But
I kind of wish
It
this
had
was
a
one
lot
of those.
Insidious scenes with that guy standing behind him. You know, that famous one. 'Cause
mhm.
Almost every single scene is her with some
Cass
ghost
and I
in the
hate
background.
Insidious too.
Hate that
Summer-
movie.
Summer-
Hate that movie
We
so
wa- we
goddamn much.
watched it
Oh
on
my
this
god.
Fucking tiny little TV too.
Yeah,
I've
we
seen it
did.
in theaters too.
Yeah,
I just,
that movie's
I just
terrible.
walked into the theater and watched it. Like I got a ticket for Scream 4, and then I just walked into Insidious after.
Instead. Oh, after.
Yeah, because I was just like, All right, yeah, why not? I went on a date like later, and I got there like way too early. I don't know why, and I'm like, I'll go see Scream 4. Why not? And then they were like, oh, I want to see Insidious. Like, all right, cool, yeah, I'll just walk in because who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Because it was
Basically.
PG-13, so they weren't gonna be like, all right, let me look at your ticket. They don't give a fuck if it's PG-13. But if it's R, they're like, hey, I need to see that ticket. I'm like, well,
I think just my biggest gripe on this movie is I felt it was too slow.
I didn't even think it was slow.
I didn't think it was slow.
I felt I got very like kind of bored at times, like just like
I
with
think
something...
for me it was repetitive. It was the constant. It was like the same ghost scenes that were constantly happening.
Yeah.
And I think what I would have preferred is a little bit more of like a sadder horror movie out of it, where you get more of like ghost events and like figuring out like what happened to the ghosts kind of thing. I mean, I know
a little bit more mystery to that.
Like how do they all end up here? Like what was the traumas with like them and like
oh, that would have been
like
cool
I said, there
to
was
find like some of their personal belongings in different places.
Like I said, there's too many things. Like hey, you know, trying a bunch of different things and seeing if it works by all means. But it just it's like a almost but not not quite on.
Yeah.
Like I think if it would have just stayed on one of its elements and just like whatever they felt was the strongest thing, and if they would have just enhanced that even more, because like I said, it's decently shot. Like I mean, the CG looks like shit, but I mean, when you can tell it when it's CG, that's when it's shit. So I would have loved to have seen an actual practical effect thing for that monster.
I would have loved to have seen a puppet.
That would have been awesome. It would have been really cumbersome though, and probably would have fallen apart the moment you looked at it.
Yeah.
But
it would have been really cool though.
I want to say that movie, The Orphanage, like that was one we were supposed to watch, was The Orphanage.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like maybe that's probably more towards like what I'm trying to, like that's all I'm thinking. Like, man, what if like Del Toro made a movie like this? Or
right? I mean, he did. He gave us Pan's Labyrinth, so.
That
such
man, when I watched that movie, I did not know what I was signing up for.
Ooh, yeah.
It's a
because I was like, oh, it's supposed to be like a
weird.
weird. It's supposed to be like a weird dark fantasy, like almost like an Alice in Wonderland kind of weird world. And then they're like, oh yeah, there's Nazis and shit, and the chick dies at the end. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I did get like Del Toro vibes from this. Like,
oh yeah, I mean
like,
he's
definitely some like serious influence from Del Toro.
I imagine that a lot of Mexican directors, they probably get a lot from Del Toro because he's also. I'm pretty sure he's like. I know he's Spanish. I'm pretty sure he's from Mexico though. I'm gonna check real quick before I really just.
I think one of like
he is he is a Mexican filmmaker. I was like, no, because I remember watching Kronos, which is his first movie, and that was I believe in Mexico. But yeah,
I think what we're like also kind of probably missing is like, I mean, this movie was released on Netflix. I don't think it had a
if it had a theatrical release, it was probably very limited. Like a couple weird little theaters played it.
Yeah,
but I think because we are Americans, that is not our culture. I think that's also why like things click more when I actually look up what the monster was.
Well, we had the same deal with some like the Medium. We didn't know what the hell was. Oh no, wait, hold on.
The Wailing?
No, the whale. No, we did have to look up a few things for that too. But yeah, like I was like, which one did Cass not watch? And yeah, The Wailing was that one. But the one that we did talk about was The Medium. That was the one that you and I talked about, right, Cass? Like,
yeah, I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, because you weren't there for that. You still haven't watched The Wailing, have you?
No.
The one time we watched something that is just unbelievably good, and you didn't fucking watch it.
I will watch it.
You watched the shitty Latvian movie.
I did.
Man.
Watch The Wailing.
But I feel that like
You were supposed
If,
to.
I know, and I watched
You
it.
were-
If we were more if we were more attuned, or just like generally knew that like
If we were
cultural-
more cultured,
Yeah.
I think I would have I definitely, as soon as I learned that and everything clicks now, where I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. How it's listed as grisly, maybe I'm desensitized, but it is listed
mean-
as grisly,
Mm.
gore and like hard to watch scenes, and I just
after watching Martyrs, we realized that nothing phases us anymore.
Yeah. This,
Well, Martyrs and Cannibal Holocaust,
Ugh.
which, you know, I was thinking, guys,
No. Shut down.
we could have a real wacky month,
Mm-mm.
or where we go beyond.
I'm
Mm-mm.
look, I care
I
for
was
the
thinking-
little sanity we have.
I was thinking that the next one we go to is we do a French horror month, and we really see what the French are up to, because it's
Let me
just
tell you what.
fucking weird.
Let me tell you what, because I love French horror movies. They got no chill.
No.
Like they
No.
have no chill. Like if you see other like horror movies, don't get me wrong, there's some that like understand when to stop, but other ones are just like, no, let's floor this shit. Let's go.
It's like Italian and French is like the
Mhm.
two where it's like Italian, it'll just look like shit, but it'll get real fucked up, and then French is like,
Mm-hmm.
and Japanese, like those for sure. I mean, obviously,
They're exploring
like,
some things.
Yeah, we got America as well. Like we've got some fucky shit going on there, but yeah, obviously I don't want to go to the point where I'm watching like torture porn, because I don't want to fucking.
No,
watch
I
that.
don't want to
Yeah.
watch people actually be tortured.
Yeah.
No, we're not trying to. We're not trying to go that deep into the iceberg. I don't want to go down.
Oh, also, I just because when I was looking up like the monster and stuff, I found this. I guess it's considered maybe a review. I'm not sure, but it says the "No one gets out alive" ending explained the monster made the right decision. Not only did Ambar do what she needed to do to live, but she was willing to sacrifice the men who tried to kill her to the monster. But I just like that it's the monster made the right decision.
Do you know what the most unbelievable part of this movie is to me?
There was a
How the
monster in it?
fact that Ambar got those two grown ass full fucking men going
Down
on
the
like
stairs?
200 pounds at
Yeah, I
least
mean, Red's
down the
brother-
stairs on a
Hmm.
broken ankle and then up onto the slab.
Let
There's
me
some
tell you
goofy
what.
ass shit in this
That's
movie
the
where, like,
only
this-
thing that I'm like,
Let me tell you,
girly,
adrenaline-
no.
When you got adrenaline and fear going, I don't think she would have felt that pain.
I mean,
But
probably
she,
not the pain in her ankle, but I don't know how she would have gotten those dudes down the stairs. Like, that would have taken a lot of work and a lot of
I
effort.
figured she would have just chucked him,
Um,
but even then, it's like, how
I
are you
don't
gonna
know.
just?
Like at
Or
that point,
Flick
she
him
might have
over.
been getting like assistance from the goddess, because like at the end when she becomes
Yeah.
like the new like quote unquote host, she gets everything healed.
Maybe
and
the
that seems
ghosts
to
were
be-
helping care, but then,
Probably,
but
the
that,
ghosts
but
were
that
helping.
also, but the other thing is like, why didn't the ghosts just kill the dudes then if they could touch them and shit? Like, it would have made more. I think if they would have shown something where like the ghosts have no effects on the guys or something, then it would have been like,
That
okay,
they're, that the guys are kind of like protected because of the goddess.
yeah,
Which
yeah,
That
like,
could be.
Which I mean that could be a thing, and then
Mm-hmm.
when the goddess like picked her, they were able to help get the men down there.
I'm sorry for yawning so much this
Which
stream.
I
I,
almost feel like I don't think the goddess like picked her. I think she showed the goddess that she has a very strong will by being like, yeah, no, I'm not falling for your bullshit kind of thing. Like her fun psychonic thing. Psychonic?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
new word for you.
Psychonic. That
Psychonic.
sounds like a goth band.
Sure does.
Yeah, this is my
Hey guys, come
industrial
check out
metal
my
band.
industrial metal band, Psychonic.
We're opening up for Nine Inch Nails.
We are.
I,
I play the keyboard, but yeah, I
could see
feel
you playing
like
keyboard in a goth band.
I think it's worth a watch.
It's the
Like,
only
I
instrument you could
definitely,
probably actually carry. Just have a
Yeah.
little microcorg.
Yay.
I think this
Actually,
movie's
no.
worth a
Better
watch.
yet, you would use it's the little piano thing that you blow into.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what I see you playing.
Nice.
Yeah, this was my haul, guys. Yeah, I got an electric one of these and just plug it in, and you have this enormous amp for it. The roadies take care of the amp, but this is where the real winner is right here.
Yes.
I forgot what is it called, like a sousaphone or something?
Something
No,
like
that's
that.
the baritone thing.
I don't know.
I can't
Close
remember.
enough.
Yeah,
Hold on.
anyway.
Let me.
I
I'm gonna
think,
look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. Keyboard.
Justin's
You
just on a
blow
rampage today.
into
Yeah, like,
the melodica. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
That's what you would play.
I would play the melodica. Maybe.
what I was trying to say is this movie I think is worth a watch. It's on Netflix, and
I
Yeah,
think
if
you
you
can
pay
see
for
a lot
Netflix.
of like horror movie Easter eggs and influences in them in there too. So, which I think is fun.
If you have Netflix, your selection on horror movies is limited anyway because Netflix selection is kind of shit.
yeah. So
it's okay.
I think at that point we've exhausted everything we could possibly say about this movie.
Yeah.
I
So, yeah,
think
that
it's
was-
fun and you should watch it.
I
Yeah.
thought it was not as bad. Like when I looked up the letterbox, it was like a 2.4 out of 5, and I was like, I don't think it's that bad. I gave it a 2 out of 5, but
I don't think it's that bad.
like I don't even like 2 out of 5 is not even like a bad score. Like if you go by like 40%, like yeah. that's bad, but it's like 2 out of 5 is like it's below average. It's like it had cool ideas. Like I don't want to discount that, but I'm not gonna say yeah, it's a like I'll honestly forget that I watched this.
I don't think I'll forget that I watched this. I
Like the
liked it.
Latvian movie, that's a movie that I will never remember that I watched.
Yeah.
That'll be I watched that, and then I end up watching it again because I'm like, I didn't watch this, and like, oh wait a minute, I did. It'll be too late.
It'll be too late and you have to watch it again.
That is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Mhm.
I just want to state that. Oh my god. But yeah, so that's the end of this portion of Around the World. We'll do more because it is honestly it's really interesting to see, like, though I was a little disappointed that it wasn't set in Mexico. Like I wanted it to be like
But
they're
we
set in the
still-
countries.
Yeah, but we still got like lore and mythology and stuff from it, so
Right. And it's like it's like a Mexican director and stuff. And it's like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's a movie out of Mexico, so
But yeah, I would have liked it if it was in that country, so we could actually get like a here's what it looks like here type things. But they didn't put a yellow filter on it, so how was I supposed to know we were in Mexico? No, we were in Columbus, Ohio. That wasn't a filter. That's just what Ohio.
that's just what Ohio looks like.
Uh, I've never been to Ohio, and I doubt it's really that bad. Like I heard Cincinnati's
fine.
cool.
It's a really boring state.
Yeah.
Like there's literally nothing to do there. All restaurants close at like 7 p.m.
I mean,
like
when
every
I was
day.
living in Washington, it was like that. It was in a college town, and it's just like, oh,
That's exactly what Columbus, Ohio is. It's a college town.
Yeah.
So it's boring as hell. Like it literally, Columbus, Ohio only exists because Columbus or Ohio University or whatever the fuck it is there.
What?
OSU.
On that,
Yeah.
on that
Ohio
point,
State University.
watch this movie of Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch it.
I mean, I
It's worth a
wouldn't go
watch.
out of my way to watch it, but it was fine.
Yeah.
We'll be coming back next week with our new set of most likely.
Yeah, our October.
Our
Baby.
100th episode is next.
Yep. Episode
which
100.
yeah.
We're
got
gonna.
there.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
We haven't discussed it yet.
I know you guys wanted to do Talk to Me.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
We could do
Yes.
that for our 100th. Yeah, why don't you watch that? We could do that for the 100th.
Because like you guys have watched it, and it's like okay, and it's like a recent watched it, and it's like okay, I can watch it too. And
You know
then-
we're still
you know
live,
what?
right?
Yes.
why
but
don't
no,
you-
that's what I'm saying. I was like, our 100th episode
I
is
think
gonna be
that-
Talk
Oh,
to Me
okay.
because we already said that we were gonna just do that anyway.
Oh,
Because
okay.
and then for October, because we already talked about like what we were gonna do for the theme for October, and it was gonna be recent horror movies. So
Yeah.
it goes in to it's like so we're gonna pick horror movies that came out 2023
Yeah.
that were talked about that we didn't watch yet.
Yeah.
So
let's
and
do
then
it.
yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Yay. And I already told other people that I was talking to that we were going to do that. And they were like, oh, that's going to be exciting. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
please watch it.
On that note,
Get the fuck out. Oh, wait. We're on the things.
No. Yeah, we're on everything. And sorry for the Spotify episodes being slow. It's been a rough time for Danny. Danny has been dying. So
Yeah.
that's an
either she's getting
understatement.
mauled by dogs or she's having a seizure. Like it.
I got bit by a dog for having my hand in the wrong place. It was a dog fight. And then I had a seizure. That happens. I hit my head, and then it
these
turns
Her
out
dogs.
my-
Hold
These
on,
were
I just
all
wanna
on
say,
different days.
her dogs were fighting. It wasn't it. It wasn't at a dog fight. I just want to preface to
Yeah.
say that it was her dogs fighting each other, and she got involved, and then she got bit by the dog. And she has really big dogs, so I was surprised that Danny even thought that she could take on these dogs because the dogs weigh more than Danny does. So
And when a dog wants to attack something, they're gonna do it.
dogs will kill you.
And then,
You're at
and
11.
then I got severely sick. Yeah, we did that. I got severely sick, and then then I had a seizure. That was fun. I hit my head, got a CT scan. My head is fine, but then they found a mass in my upper like nasal area, which explains the blood in my mucus. So we're gonna go from there and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
I had blood drawn for me today. That was it. And it was just because it was a checkup. I'm like, we need to look at your blood. And I'm like, let me guess, that vial's for you and that one's for the vampires.
Yes.
And they were like, yes. And then they got more of my blood because I revealed the secrets. And,
well, on that note of blood and everybody's dying in this podcast, bye.
Go romance Astarion.
get the
Hell
fuck
yeah.
out.
Oh my god.
Bye.
But God, you guys are fucking simps.